Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with a special Divine Masculine reading for you this Sunday. If you are of the Orthodox tradition and you observe Easter today, then happy Easter. For everybody else, it's just as exciting of a time because we are at the end of April, which means additional planetary conjunctions, which means Pluto return. Yep, the one that we've been hearing a lot about. And on the 30th of April, we have partial lunar eclipse in Taurus. And we are in a Taurus season right now. And it's not that straightforward because we're talking about the sun season, right? We are in the sun season of Taurus. The moon, of course, goes on its own kind of schedule, its own speed of movement. That's why it changes its kind of sign a lot more often than the Earth. But at the time of the eclipse, the moon is going to be in Taurus. So that's important, especially if you have Taurus somewhere in strong positions in your chart, especially if it's the moon sign or if it's your north node or south node for that matter. So what I decided to do is I'm going to do a special reading for the eclipse, but before we get to that, and that seems like a heavier topic for maybe beginning of a new week. For me at the moment, it's still sort of like weekend vibe, and I wanted to give you some to spill extra tea on what's happening with DMs at the moment, because most of my viewers are divine feminines. And by the way, I welcome everybody. You're the divine masculine, divine feminine. I thank you all guys for being here, for joining me for this reading, for subscribing to my channel. And if you enjoy what I'm doing, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. So what are we gonna do today? It is gonna be an energy check, but specifically for the masculine. So we'll see what is gonna be happening. Basically, we have a week to go to the eclipse. It's happening on Saturday. So we'll see what's going to be happening with the DM energy going into the eclipse energy, right? Between now and the 30th of April. We're also going to see what are they going through, what are they not telling you, divine feminines. Fun, right? That's probably the most challenging aspect of their journey right now. Then we'll look for the most positive outcome of the situation. We'll get some guidance for them, and we'll get some guidance into how divine feminine could help, or what is the advice to do at this time to support yourself and your divine masculine. All right, and if you'd like to have a similar reading for divine feminine, just let me know in the comments and I will do that. Possibly even as an additional reading over the week, either tomorrow or on Tuesday, we'll see. All right, so let's start with an oracle deck. We'll see what's happening with divine masculine. So what do we need to know? And then we'll get into tarot. It's a wonderful day in New York today. So hopefully it's nice where you are as well. Finally, spring is kind of here. It's like, if you imagine a progress bar, it's like 80% loaded. Not 100 yet, but we are approaching May, so May is gonna be beautiful, I'm sure. And I've got a couple more trips actually coming up. I'm going to Sedona for a retreat the week after next, so I'm gonna be gone for a few days. I'm still looking to record the readings. Some of them I'll record in advance because I don't think I'll have an opportunity to do much of tarot while I'm there. And if you are requesting a personal reading, I will let you know if the date is going to be impacted by that. So if you're in doubt but you need some answers, it's best to get your reading in like now, so that I can plan it within this week, because next week is going to be super busy. I'm going to be gone from Wednesday and for like 5 or 6 days. So I'm not really counting on doing tarot over there. So I'm gonna do a few readings in advance. I'm gonna record them and I'll just gonna be posting them on a daily basis. What else? Yeah, I have another trip to some relatives mid-May, but we'll get to that later. So divine masculine's got 4 cards. I'm not joking, 4. A lot of messages, a lot. Maybe that's why I was guided to do this reading. It's something interesting and something important to know, both for DMs and for DF cross-watchers. Crossing bridges, speaking of cross-watchers, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. You're basically crossing divine masculines, you are crossing the bridge to new land, to some new kind of wonderland. I'm hearing where yeah, it's gonna feel different, it's gonna be different. Probably you'll meet new people, and you may be encouraged to do new things, to try out something different for yourself. Unknown territory, you're exactly where you need to be. Yeah, like I was saying, it's gonna be new, it's gonna feel weird at first, but you'll feel very much curious and interested. Surrender into the journey, release control. Yeah, just let it be, don't sweat it, don't think too much. Is it how you pictured it? Is it worse? Is it better? It's perfect. Wandering past, enjoy the journey. Oops. Sorry, I just lost the card, but yeah, it said enjoy the journey. Yeah, just enjoy yourself, divine masculines. Easier said than done, right? Okay, anyways, I'm gonna be using one of my older decks today, the one that I haven't used for a while. It's from Sophia Charles. So let's see what's currently happening with what's happening with the energy of Divine Masculine Collective from now until 30th of April, going into the eclipse. Okay, this one I'll have to get. We have the Fool. One of the cards is the Fool, and we have Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. Eclipses, they basically amplify energies. And the moon in Taurus kind of means going towards rediscovering your values, what is important in life, what is worth fighting for, I'm hearing. Yeah, so maybe that's why Divine Masculine, you're being drawn towards those new experiences. So you can see some contrast to what you're used to, right? Because if you are kind of in your bubble, right, or in your sort of like on your track, and you just keep going and doing whatever it is you've been up to, right? You may not necessarily just wake up one day and decide, well, why don't I do this or that, right? It kind of, it's thrown your way. So that there's a very high chance that you'll actually take it up and see for yourself what it's like to do something different. Okay, what are Divine Masculines not telling? I'm gonna pull some clarifiers for that, actually. What are Divine Masculines not telling Divine Feminines? What is the challenge? Wow, look at that. What are they not telling? Okay, what is... I'm gonna ask a separate question about the challenge, but that definitely is not really that much of a challenge. I'm not taking it as a challenge. What's the challenge? Okay, Six of Swords signs. Look at the moon. To me, this does look like eclipse, actually. I think that's what it is, yeah. Best possible outcome from this energy for Divine Masculines. Queen of Wands, wow. Beautiful. Okay, let's pull some clarifiers. Here on the bottom we have the Magician. So Divine Masculines are embracing the role of the Magician this week. That's pretty cool. Let's clarify the Fool and Ace of Swords. Yeah, first we start with the Fool, right? Then we take that sword. She's got a wand already. And you're moving to the Magician mode. The Fool is card 0. Magician is card number 1. You start anew, but then you see the truth for what it is, and then you can switch into the manifesting mode. Three of Cups, clarify here. Please clarify the Sun. For okay. What are they not telling Divine Feminine? And I love this card specifically because it's meant to have both twins, and it's meant about being about healing an inner child. Okay, got quite a few cards. We have Chariot, Six of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, all in reverse. Please clarify Six of Swords for the challenge. Whoop. Magician. Please clarify Queen of Wands for the outcome. Okay, wow, the Empress. Wow. Ace of Swords, another one. A lot of duplicates here, but it's good. It's reassuring, the message, really. So the current energy is starting anew, looking for excitement, trying to bring some spontaneity to life, right? So it starts actually in a quite innocent way. It starts because divine masculines are looking for something authentic, something that will ignite them just because of how great it is. Not because somebody says that it's supposed to be fun, not because that they've been doing it for 10 years and it's kind of awkward to say that they're not enjoying it anymore, but because it actually is like, because that's the energy. Actually, that's what makes it exciting and interesting. That's the quest, really. So they're looking for this truth, for something real, right? Some real experience in their life this week. And that's how this Moon in Taurus energy kind of sucks you in, right? Because that's what it is about. For what are they not telling divine feminines? We have the Sun card with the twins. Like, it's your inner children, really, of divine masculine and divine feminine playing together. It's this beautiful innocence, and what I'm getting is that this twin flame journey is warming up their heart, and it's has such a healing effect on them. It's crazy. Look at these cards. We have Nine of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and the Chariot, all in reverse. So yeah, what I'm getting is it's kind of like showing them the way, but in a non-traditional way. It's not about give and take. This relationship is not about, a like for like, or an eye for an eye, or you do this for me and I do that for you. It's so out of that league, right? It's so much on a different level that it's like they don't even think about it that much anymore. Even if you have some sort of agreement, you have some sort of underlying assumptions around your communication, right? Whether your friends, colleagues, any other involvement, right? Like, there is probably some assumption, but they don't sweat it. They don't worry about it. They know that if they don't do specific things, that it's not going to be the end of the world like it would be in their karmic connections. They don't have that anxiety that they would normally have, worrying about, did I do this right? Are they going to be upset with me? Right? So it gives the peace of mind. And there is no rush. That's another thing, right? Because usually, let's call them relationship, right? And it still can refer to any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. But there's still usually some expectations of progress, of where things are going, right? That it has to go somewhere. Here, almost like the time stops when you're together. And they don't want to spoil the moment by thinking too much of where this is going in the future, like too much ahead, right? And they're happy in this moment where neither of you is worried about it, right? Where you can just enjoy the moment. And they feel it. I'm even getting this picture. They feel the warmth of the sun, right? Like, in a good way, when you're on the beach and you're enjoying the sun, you're sunbathing, you're enjoying yourself, maybe near the water or something, but it's positive, and they're like grasping, they're absorbing this healing energy. But they do realize that that's happening when you guys are together. They cannot replicate it without your divine feminine. That's the secret that they're not telling you. It's pretty cool. The challenge currently is with finding balance and inner peace. And they kind of understand that they should be able to, and they are capable of it. But it's like they don't have a specific roadmap and even see how this and this is similar. I love this. They don't really understand how to embrace the manifestation power and manifest, calm and peace, and being able to just nail it with the intuition and empathy without having to suffer too much, right? So the challenge is that it's a rocky ride, I'm hearing. And they'd rather it be more smooth sailing, if we're speaking about the boat terms, right? that it was more of a Six of Swords, which is safe harbor, right? Just kind of like, yes, you can breathe out, catch a break. Yeah, they'd like to do that, but it doesn't seem like it's in the cards right now. The outcome, Queen of Wands, Empress, the Serena Bell, both of these cards refer to divine feminines. So it is a big leap towards union. That's the best possible outcome out of this current energy, right? It's gonna help them heal and release, you know, the unnecessary pain and fear, so that they are closer to their feminine, that they match the energy, the frequency, right? That they match the level of consciousness. At least this will be a big leap, so they can start understanding divine feminine a lot more, of what they are going through, what's on their shoulders, and this big empath energy where, you know, we need to protect ourselves too, that we are vulnerable to what is happening around us, to how people lean to us and cling to us, to even intuitively to get some of that energy, right? And that could be a challenge on its own. So there will be more understanding of that. That will become more intuitive and more sensitive to those things, and they will know when there are people around them who are draining their energy. There are people around them who are being manipulative, and they will feel, I'm getting sick to their stomach at that point. They will start understanding how those kind of things work, how energy works on that physical level. Got it. Okay, and to finish off, let's see what's the advice for divine feminine. What's the advice for divine feminine this week to for their journey and to support energetically their divine masculine journey? What's the word of advice? Okay, it flew away, I'm sorry. Oof, it's 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay, let's clarify. Please clarify. All right, we have Page of Cups and Five of Cups. Okay. Yeah, so it's working with the fear that things may not work out. To me, Five of Cups in this deck is kind of like, you never know. And actually this card as well, right? It's believe the unbelievable. It's kind of like anything can happen, but how do we know is that the positive change or the negative? There is some fear, right? And divine feminine is feeling, even on 5D level, right? This big eclipse energy that's coming up, but there is some I wouldn't even say anxiety, but there is some doubt of, you know, how is it going to rock your life, how is it going to change things with you separately and together with your DM in the dynamic. So focus on the part where miracles are coming along, where you are, it depends on you and your energy and your vibe, how things are going to be different for you, for both of you. Are they going to be better? Is that going to be the new level of clarity, of connection, or it's going to keep you into another cycle of some karmic scenarios of healing something and overcoming demons in your head, right? Look at this picture. It's pretty right? This is the person, and this is like all these different entities flying around. I was just talking about protecting the energy, right? So protect your energy from, yeah, it's another point, from external forces that might try to drain you, to use it to their advantage, to do something harmful. There are all kinds of techniques and rituals for that. If you're interested, you can contact me separately. I might talk about that in a separate video actually. But yeah, do something for that and work more towards staying in the believing energy rather than the fearful energy that it may not work out. Yeah, it's 50-50 chance, right? How is it gonna go? So why not look forward to the magical 50% of chance, right? That it's gonna be totally amazing and it's gonna allow you to do and be and experience so much more. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy this upcoming week, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.